Howdy, I'm Sheriff Kinstar, and I'm in charge of law and order here in the town of Dead Man, Kansas, USA. Somebody done killed Deputy Dinkwater here tonight, and I'm going to find out who it was. Let me review how it happened. Y'all were here in Dead Man's saloon, opening it up, drinking, and dicing, and playing some poker. The music was thumping, and the female limbs were kicking in the air. Then all at once, the side door opens and someone hollers that there's going to be a shootout on Main Street. Y'all rushed out the main door to watch, but the streets was deserted. Then y'all heard 2 shots from inside the saloon. Pop, pop! When y'all came back in, there was a dead body of a man with a bandana over his face, shot through the heart. Then, somebody pulled off that bandana, and y'all could see it was poor old Deputy Dinkwater laying there. You are the only people who have been here tonight, and one of you must have stayed behind to do the evil deed. Help me figure out who done it, or y'all might be spending the night in the hoosgow. Keep in mind that there was a terrible crowd getting through the door, so anybody could have hung back and not been missed. I reckon y'all better study this here map of the saloon, and then take some time saying howdy to each other. Following the instructions in your character guides, I'll get back to you in a jiffy with some more news. Pleasure. I got a few more clues for you. But first, I gotta say this. I may have had my doubts about Deputy Dinkwater, but I never dreamed of the depth of dishonesty, corruption, and downright sleaziness that is being uncovered as a part of his murder. For instance, I found this book clutched in his cold, dead hand. I can't read all the entries, as it looked like the murderer tore the paper trying to get the book away from him, but I could see a few things. It may be a list of debts that people owed him, either in cash or in some stone-cold illegal activities. The names are almost unreadable. While there may be other townspeople listed, I wager that some of the folks are right here in front of me. And besides this book, I got one more thing to tell you. Deputy Dinkwater's landlady heard him having a terrible fight with a female voice last night. Now that might not mean nothing, but then again it might. He may have been killed for love, or he may have been killed because of his debts in this book, or he may have been killed for some other reason altogether. I could sure use your help in figuring this blasted thing out. Looks like everybody had a reason for wanting the deputy dead. Maybe we should be fixing on how the murder was done, instead of why. Y'all know there was 2 shots fired. One bullet is still in the body, and one was buried in the frame of the side door. Looks like someone was standing near the main door when they fired at him and missed that first time. I dug the bullet out of the door jamb, and it was shot from a Colt 45, pretty much what everyone's using around here these days. What's more, it had some interesting scratches on it. Take a look and see what you think they might mean. So, is it the year 1868? That was 2 years ago. Or maybe it's a date in that year, like the 1st of August, like they say in foreign parts. Or January 8th, like we say here. Or maybe it's a dollar amount, like $18.68, or $1,868. Or maybe it's something else altogether. And why did someone want the deputy to die with that number in his heart? Why don't y'all discuss your ideas, and see if that helps clear this up here mystery. Doodly-doo. So the bullet was marked, all ready for the deputy. That sure makes it clear that this here crime was premeditated. I mean oh heck, you know what I mean, planned out ahead of time. That means we got 2 more burning questions that need to be answered. The deputy got the saloon cleared by hollering about a shootout on Main Street. Why did he do that? He was wearing a bandana over his face and must have disguised his voice because nobody recognized who was yelling. Who knew it was going to be him? I did find something that might help us figure it out. Remember that notebook the deputy was clutching? I must have shook it as I was putting it away, and this here note fell out. Looks like the deputy wrote first, and then the person he was meeting replied, complete with some bad spelling. It's a crying shame, though, that the note was cut off right here so that we can't tell what it was the deputy was going to get, besides a bullet to even the score. Oh, and one more thing. Here's this here chart of the saloon again. only marked out where everybody was before they ran for the main door. Maybe y'all will find it helpful. Go on, y'all, discuss that evidence, and see if you can discover anyone who intended to hang back from the saloon crowd and mow down the deputy as he came in.